सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली संगशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि
Guru Pavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. We have been witnessing the beautiful marriage between Srimad Bhagavatam as a Purana by Shukabrahmam and Sri Mahabharatam as an Itihasa Bharata Panchamo Vedaha by Vyasacharya in these Dashakams. Bhaṭṭatiri says, Salvo Bhaishmi Vivahe Yadubala Vijitas Chandra Chudadvimanam Vindan Saubham Samayi Tvaivasati Kurums Tvatpurim Abhyabangshit Pradyumyastam Nirundhyan Nikhila Yadubhatair Nyagrahi Dugraviryam Tasyamatmam Dyumantam Vyajanisa Samaraha Saptavimshatyahantaha Saha Salvaha Mayi. That particular Shalva, who was endowed with all the magical powers, Yadu Bala Vijitaha, who had been conquered by the Yadava army. So that Yadava army who had conquered, Bhaishmi Vivahe Vindan. That particular Yadava army had conquered Shalva during Rukmini's marriage. Bhaishmi Vivahe Vindan. That particular Shalva who wanted to prove his power obtained through tapas the blessings of Shiva. Vimanam Saubham Chandrachudat. Chandrachuda, the one who has Chandra as his ornament, that Shiva gave him a Vimanam called Saubham. Abhyabangshi Tvatpurim, attacked your city, which is Dwaraka. Tvayi Kurun Vasati, and you were staying in the land of Kurus. While you were staying in the land of Kurus, Pradyumnaha Nikhila Yadu Bhataihi. While you were staying that time in that land of Kurus, he attacked Dwaraka. Pradyumnaha Nikhila Yadu Bhataihi. Pradyumna, along with the entire Yadava Sainyam, Nirundhan Tam Nyagrahit Dyumantam, halted him. He completely stopped him. He halted him and even killed Dyuman. Who is this Dyuman? Tasya Amatyam Ugraviryam. He was the minister with immense prowess. So Pradyumna was able to kill that minister. Such a Samaraha Vyajani, and the battle that ensued between Shalva and Pradyumna lasted for Saptavimshatyahantaha. For 27 days that particular battle lasted. Ta तावत्त्वं रामशाली त्वरितमुपगतः खण्डितः प्रायसैन्यं सौभेशं तं न्यरुन्धाः स च किल गदया शार्ङ्गमभ्रंशयत्ते माया तातं व्यहिंसीदपि तव पुरस्तत्त्वयापि क्षणार्धं नाज्ञायीत्याहुरेके तदिदमवबतं व्यास एव न्यषीधत् तावत् त्वं रामशाली. Thereafter, understanding that Shalva had attacked you along with Balarama, upagataha tvaritaha nyarundhaha, you came quickly to Dwaraka, nyarundhaha, halted, tam saubhesham khandita prayasainyam, you were able to halt that particular army headed by Shalva, which had almost been decimated by Pradyumna. Saha cha gadaya kila abhramshayat. So this particular Shalva was no weak person. Along with his mace, te sharngam. So he indeed knocked down your sharngam with his mace. Saha api vyahimsit tava purataha. But finally you were able to win over him, Krishna. Maya tatam, for you are the one who is the Mayi. Mayinam tu Maheshwaram, says Krishna. But for an instance, Kshanardham tat, for an instance, that Shalva made Krishna believe, na Ajnayi tvaya api, as if he had killed Krishna's father Vasudeva. He made Krishna believe so. Ajnayi tvaya api iti ahuhu yeke, so say some. Some of them tell in such a way. Kintu Vyasaha eva nyashedhit, sage Vyasa himself had rebutted this. Tat idam avamatam. Now, what is the point? He says avamatam, this opinion which is contrary to our thought of the Vedas and the Upanishads. What does Bhaṭṭatiri want to hint? He is following the words of Vyasacharya, who too concurred with that thought, saying that Krishna for a moment himself felt duped and cheated. This Shalva was able to cheat Krishna. All that doesn't find resonance because they are against the very internal contradiction found in the Vedas and the Upanishads. So Krishna did not get cheated, but those people were able to show that Mayinam to whatever Maya Shakti they had, so that it could achieve a certain purpose. But Krishna finally annihilated Shishupala, finally annihilated Shalva. Krishna's son was able to bring an end to the minister and the army of Shalva. That is the truth. Bhaṭṭatiri continues, Kshiptva saubham gada churnita nidhau Mangshu salvepi chakre notkritte dantavaktraha prasabhamabhi patannabhyamunchad gadam te kaumodakya hato savapi sukridanidhischedyavat praptadaikyam sarveshamesha purvam tvaidhrita manasam mokshanartho vataraha saubham gada churnitam. When that aerial car which was broken into smithereens by your mace called Kaumodaki, because he had a certain car and vehicle that was bestowed, that was called Shaubha, bestowed by Shiva, that was broken into pieces. So Saubham Gada Churnitam, it was broken into smithereens by Bhagavan's Gada, Kshiptva Udaka Nidhau, and was thrown into the ocean. So it was thrown into the ocean. Salve api utkrite mangshu, when Shalva was also beheaded quickly. So like his entire vehicle and the army, Shalva was also thrown into the ocean. Salve api utkrite mangshu, when that Shalva was also beheaded quickly. Chakrena Dantavaktraha abhipatan, when that chakra, when Sudarshana was able to also vanquish another person called Dantavaktraha abhitapan. Dantavaktraha. So there was a person called Dantavakra who was also able to get annihilated. Prasabham abhyamunchat te gadam, who was violently against you, he was brought to an end with the mace. Sukrita nidhi asau api, He must have been a repository of all the punyam that must have done in the past. Hataha kaumodakya. So kaumodaki, Bhagavan's gada is called kaumodaki because he holds it, and that brings happiness to Sakshat Bhumi Devi. That gada also brought happiness to him because it was able to push him and get his atma liberated from the pancha bhautika shariram. Hataha kaumodakya prapat aikyam chaidyavat. Like Shishupala, Dantavakra was also brought to an end. Like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupala and Dantavakra were also brought to an end, thereby achieving the purpose of 3 birds as given as a sharpam to Jaya Vijaya. Yeshaha avataraha bhavati. This avataram of yours, hey Bhagavan, as Krishna, mokshanardham sarvesham. It seems it is giving moksha to all. Dhrita manasam tvai purvam. With their minds fixed on you for a very long time, it seems to be giving moksham to all. Tvaya te tajate kila kurus adasi dyutake sanyatayaha. Krandantyam yajnasenyaha sakarunamakruthaha chelamalamanantam annantah prapta sharvamshajamuni chakita draupadi chintitotha prapta शाकानमश्नन् मुनिगणमकृताः तृप्तमन्तं वनान्ते अथ त्वयि आयाते. On having returned to Dwaraka, Tvam Sakarunam Akruthaha Anantam. So, with compassion that seemed to be endless, you returned to Dwaraka because you were able to annihilate. Meanwhile, what had happened? Sabha Madhye, Draupadi was being humiliated. Then they were sent to the forest for 12 years of Vanavasam and 1 year of Ajñatavasam. Chelamalam Yajnasenyaha. So, Chelamalam Yajnasenyaha. Those thousands of cloth, there's no end to it, that was given to Draupadi by Krishna, which seemed like his compassion, which is endless. Kila sanyatayaha. Now, when she was pawned in that Sabha Mantapam, Dyutake, it was a very fraudulent game of dice. It was not something that was played based on dharma. First of all, gambling is a dharma, and that too, when you pawn such a Kulavadhu as one of the pawns, it is bad. Dyutake Jate Kurusadasi. Where did all this happen? In the very assembly of the Kurus, of the Kauravas. Krandantyam. And then when she cried for help, Athavanante, when she cried for help, she received loads of clothes as endless means of compassion. Athavanante, thereafter in the deep forest, Annanta Prapta Sharvamshaja Munichakita Draupadi Chintitaha. Sharvamshaja. Sharva Shiva. Sharvamshaja is an Amshaja of Shiva, which is treated as the son of Shiva's Shakti, which is Durvasa. When he was dispatched by the Dhartarashtra's to torment the Pandavas, he came seeking food. That is when, without checking with Draupadi, who was blessed with Akshaya Patra, Yudhishthira agreed. But when she found out that there was no food left, that is when she prayed to Krishna. Annantah prapta sharvamshaja muni chakita draupadi chintitaha. How to treat him and how to be hospitable to his entire clan. When Draupadi was thinking of this, akritaha muni ganam triptimantam. Those munis suddenly felt satiated. Their hunger was gone. How? Praptaha ashnan shakannam. Because Krishna appeared at that place and said, Draupadi, give me food. She said, I have no food to give to ourselves or anybody. How will I give? He said, no, there is one small remnant left in that Akshaya Patram. Give it to me. Shakannam. Some people say it could be rice. Some people say it is a part of spinach. So it is a certain leaf. Whether it was a leaf or a grain of food, Krishna consumed and gave satisfaction to all the rishis who had accompanied Durvasa. Praptaha ashnan Shakannam, says Bhaṭṭatiri in the Shloka, and then continues, युद्धोद्योगेऽथ मन्त्रे मिलति सति वृतः फल्गुणेन त्वमेकः कौरव्ये दत्तसैन्यः करिपुरमगमो धूत्यकृत् पाण्डवार्थं भीष्मद्रोणादिमान्ये तव खलु वचने धिक्कृते कौरवेण व्यावृण्वन् विश्वरूपं मुनिसदसि पुरीं क्षोभयित्वा गतो भूः अथ मन्त्रे मिलति सति. When thoughts, when deliberations were on, yuddhodyoge tvamekaha, towards a war effort, whether there has to be a war, you alone, tvam ekaha, you alone, vritaha phalgunena, sought the help of Arjuna, dattasainyaha kauravye, and had given away the army to the Kauravas. You gave yourself to Arjuna, the army to the Kauravas. Agamaha Karipuram. Kari is Hasti. Hastipuram is Hastinapuram. So Krishna went to Agamaha, went to that Puram. Dutyakrit Pandavartham. For the sake of the Pandavas, he wanted to ensure that there is peace. Dutyakrit Pandavartham. For the sake of the Pandavas. Tava vachane khalu. Tava vachane khalu. So, considering your words, righteous words, Bhishma Dronadimanye, Bhishma Drona gave due respect to Krishna's thoughts that there should be no war. Dhikrite Kauravena, when you were being continuously dejected by Duryodhana et al, Agataha Abhuhu Kshobhayitva, you returned having shaken up Purim Yavrindvan Vishwarupam Munisadasi, by showing your cosmic form, trying to tell that if you disturb the Pandavas, you will meet your end because I am there with them. Your Vishwarupam Munisadasi was shown in the assembly of the sages. What happened after that? All that the next episode.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते. नारायण 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 नारायण.